Hi, I'm Jadi and welcome back to the Geeking with Jadi channel. Continuing Wordle and learning new things. In the previous video, I showed you a Python script which helped us to find the best words to start Wordle with. At least one of the ones we found was "I'll." Today's Wordle doesn't contain anything from our best word. Still, this is the best word, not only the best word, but now this can be called the super best. Because this will eliminate lots of words when today's word doesn't contain any of these letters. But today, I want to speak about something very, very important. I mean regex, regular expressions. This is something which is used in many areas in the computer world. If you are working with an editor, most probably you can use regex as a tool to do more stuff. If you are doing a programming, regex will help you to search among texts. If you are on a command line on a Unix machine, Linux, Mac, you are using the grep command, which accepts regex. And if you know regex, you can do more impressive things with it. What regex is? In general, regex is an idea to search something within something else. For example, my name is Jadi, and you can say search for A in Jadi. Regex will return back true because Jadi contains regex if you are checking with something like match, if this is there. You can search for AD. In the Jadi, it will return back true because it contains AD. But if you search for ADHD in Jadi, it will return false because this doesn't contain this. This is the simplest form of regex. But let's try something more complicated. For example, you had Jadi and Ninja. If you search for JA, you will find it in both JA and JA. But say you want to search only if JA is the beginning of the word. And the regex, you can use the hat sign. This in regex means start. So you are saying start JA. This will return back true. This will return back false because start is here and after that there is no JA. See, it's getting better and stronger and stronger. What we learned at the moment was hat. You have another sign which is $sign. This is the beginning. This is the end. Even if you are using the VI, you know that if you use the $sign, it will go to the end of the line. If you use the hat, it will go to the beginning. So these are still regex commands. Again, Jadi and Ninja. If you use JA $sign, you are saying JA end of the line. So this will work. This won't work. So now you know hat and $sign. Another thing which is used in many cases is the repetition. If you have AAB and you use AA, it will match this. Instead of this, you can write A2, which is 2 A's. Or you can say A, anything more than 1 will again match this, also will match this, also will match this. Because if you search for this in this, it will say, okay, A, anything more than 1. So I will match this. Another a little bit strange sign is A asterisk. It says A 0 or more. So whenever you search for this, you will find something because there might be 0 A's or A1 or 2 or 3 or more. So now we had the hat, beginning of the string, $sign, end of the string. For example, A3, this was this, A3 curly brackets, 3 A's, A plus, A 1 or more, A asterisk, A 0 or anything. So we'll match nothing. We'll match 1A, we'll match 2 A's. There is another same thing here, which is A question marks. This means A 1 or 0, if there is A. You will see in some more examples. Regex is complex. Even professional regex users make joke about regex, how complicated it is. And when you write a regex, it's very difficult to read it. Also, people search a lot when they are writing regexes. But now you are getting grasp of the basics. Another useful sign is the dot. Dot means any character. So if you have Jadi and you have Ninja and you have Jade, if you use JA, it will match all, right? If you use JAD, it will match Jadi and Jade. If you match JAD dot, it will match again Jadi and Jade, because there is one character here. So dot means whatever character. And the last thing I want to show you in this very, very basic tutorial is the square brackets. Square brackets makes an OR. So if you say JADI or E, this will match both Jadi and Jade, because you are saying JADI or E, one of these two. In many programming languages, if you put parentheses around this will be returned by the function. So for example, if you want to match an email address, you can say any character, one or more, whatever character. Then you say an @ sign. This is always happens. When you say this is the beginning of the string, people will ask, what happens if I want to exactly match this character? You say, okay, escape it. Use one backslash and it will be escaped, and this will mean exactly this character. So I'm saying whatever character, one or more, so anything goes here, then @ sign, then whatever character, one or more, then the dot itself, then whatever character or more, match this or return back this regex on this string. When you do this and you return back this as a regex in your programming language, whatever it is, if you are using Python, it's a RE, and this will return back in the first part, this in the second part, this in the third part, because you are saying try to find any characters till you reach an @ sign, actual @ sign. So you will reach @ sign. Then whatever till you reach dot. So Gmail will go here and com will go here. Anyway, it will take time. You have to do practice. But let's see how useful and fun it is to use it. If you know about the grep exactly accepts regex. So we can say, you remember that we had a file, user, share, dict, words. This contained all the words. You can go with grep, only return back words which had exactly ABC in them. There is only 4 English words which had ABC. And as you can see, we have capital letters. So we have to change this. You can say translate A to B. This will replace every A with B in input. This part will type all the 250,000 words. This one will change every A with B, but this is not what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to replace every capital letter with the lowercase letter. And this accepts regex. The fun fact is TR also accepts regex. If you know regex, you can use it in lots of places. There is one shortcut, like this. This means all capital letters. This means all lowercase letters. This way, I'm saying practically it's a shorthand for saying A, B, C, D with A, B, C, D. We'll replace A with A, B with B, C with C. This is why we say knowing regex is very useful. Now we only have lowercase letters. Then you can say grep ABC. We'll return back every word with an ABC in it. But we don't want ABC. We want everything which doesn't contain these characters, all characters. On grep, you can do -v to reverse it. So if you are saying ABC will return back everything with ABC in it, you are saying -v ABC, you means anything which doesn't contain ABC, which is everything. So we can say, but here you are telling it whatever which doesn't contain "il." Not very useful, but you know regex. You can say square bracket. Return back every single word which doesn't contain this or this or this or this or this. Because in the strange day of Wordle, our word doesn't contain any of them. So you can do this. It will return back some words. We can count them. We have 3,000 words to guess. We began with 250,000. Good progress. So we have to do another guess. We have to choose one of these. But let's choose something with T in it, because T is also used often. So I will with grep T. Choose something with T in it. We can try words. This is good. Okay. Our guess should contain O and should contain R, but not W, T, and H. So again, I will say we can use egrep, which is extended grep. It accepts more regex. Say, okay, remove anything with W, T, and H. Because I had a pipe here. Remove anything with W, T, and H. There are lots of words. And we only need 5-letter words. So, egrep, from this, choose only ones with 5 letters. You can see it chose 5 letters in this word. I have to say start, 5 letters, whatever they are, and end. Now I only have 5-letter words. How many do I have? 300. We are getting close. Second one, it should contain the O, but not the second one. So I will say grep O, choose something with O in it. Grep, choose something with R in it. Then grep don't choose anything which has O in the second place. So for this one I can say start whatever O. This was very interesting. Start whatever was there, and this is O. Don't choose this. whenever you see a regex, it looks complicated. But it only looks complicated because someone has written it step by step. If you have a look at this looks complicated. But if you break it into parts, we say, okay, all the words, make them lowercase, remove anything with these letters in them, then remove anything with these letters in them, then choose only anything which is start, 5 letters end, so only 5 letters. Then choose something with O in it, then choose something with R in it, because we had this logic here. It had O and it had R, but do not choose remove anything which has start any character then O. So O should be in some other place. Also, remove anything which has start, anything, R. Here, we said that it should contain R. It have to contain R. But here we say it doesn't have to contain R in the third place. So let's use these clues. Wow. Still lots of words. 45, not a lot. Now we have to choose one of these. For example, I choose, I don't know, occur, proof, prong, any of them. Let's go with the first one we found, occur. O should not be in the beginning, O should not be in the end. It doesn't have C and it doesn't have U. So let's continue. Grep -v U. I can go with this because now we know a better regex. C and U. It doesn't have C and U. Now it's much less. O is not in the beginning. So Y-V, remove everything which is beginning O. Also, R is not in the end. Y, R in the end. Sorry. Ow. Now we lost. Oh, sorry, because this is Y-V. R shouldn't be in the end. And we still have lots of words not going very well. Let's try the prong. Okay, it should begin with pro. So in this formula, I will go with Y starts with pro. And Y-V, it doesn't contain N and G. It doesn't contain N and G. Proof or proxy. That's it. We found it, but not very good. But still, you've learned a lot about the regex. I'm sure you know about the pipe. We'll give the output of this command to the next command. So we had all the words, made them lowercase, doesn't contain these letters, because in the first time it says doesn't contain any of these. On the second time it says it has O and R, but not W, T, and H, but O and R are not in the second and third place. So remove doesn't return anything back if it contains this. Also, it should start, have 5 letters, and finishes only 5-letter words. Check everything which has O, check everything which has R, but remove it if the O is in the second place. Remove it if R is a third place, and so on and so on. And at the end, we ended up with these two, and this was the answer. This was a way to teach you regex, and you can see how useful it is. What we learned from the regex was hat for the beginning, dollar for the end, dot can return back any character, a question mark which says 0 or 1. This says only 3, for sure you know how to write, only 5. Plus sign says from whatever you found, 1 or more. Asterisk says even 0 or more. And what else? We also had this square brackets which says A or B or C. And we saw that in many programming languages, if you put some part of your regex in parentheses, it will tell, okay, return back this part. This way you can search a text and see if you can see an email there. You can search a name and you search a large text and see one specific name or pattern is there. For example, in your programming, they will say, okay, username and password will pass like this. You can write a regex and say, okay, whatever, search, and then look for this, although I think this is not a regex used in regex, so you don't need backslash. And then you can say, okay, whatever there. And you will say, okay, user and pass equals this regex on this input. And the first part will go here, second part will go there. This depends on your programming language. You can search for more tutorials, read more in depth. You will see that, okay, we have some placeholders to make life easier. You can say, I have a space here, which is space, tab, enter, and this kind of stuff, and lots of more. Nobody knows all of the regex, I'm sure. Very few know. But you will do more search, and you will do trial and errors. Even if you search on the web, you will see sites specific for regex testing. Online regex evaluation, for example. Here you can say, insert your strings here. This is my text, and I am Jody, but you are not Jody. You can say, okay, do I have a Jody there? It says, yes, you have Jody. Say, is there a space, 2 words, space? It says, yes, you have two letter words. Say, okay, is there a capital I there? Yes, there is. Is there something like A, anything, B? No, there is not. And this kind of stuff. Whatever. You can try here. Regex has different accents, different methods of writing regex, but most of the cases we are using very general things we spoke. Happy regexing